Hi again, dreamers. By now, you should be having bits and pieces of dreams coming through. It's very difficult to get to the stage where the dream actually begins and has an ending. Even at this stage, the early stages of lucid dreaming, it's very difficult to complete the dream because a lot of times our sleep is interrupted and we get awakened before our dream actually ends. So what we're going to do now is cognitive dreaming, and that is noticing the messages in your dream. Normally, they are going to come from three sources from your subconscious. If you think of your subconscious as kind of a filing system, a lot of little workers going to work trying to categorize things, occurrences in your life, things that we put off, stress about. It could be like finals for some people. It could be a sick relative in the hospital and you really don't want to deal with it at the moment. So it goes put away into the subconscious mind. And when we're asleep, our mind wants to rationalize these things and figure them out. So the first thing you're going to notice in your dreams are three things. First of all, is it based on fact? Is it based on fantasy? Or is it based on fear? These are the parameters of your dreams. As far as your mind space goes. For example, the environment of the dream is going to represent your mind frame according to that situation. All right, but the conditions of that, let's say, set, if we have people backstage getting ready to put on Macbeth on the play, your pineal gland is the stage, but your subconscious is in the background putting all the nuts and bolts together so that the play is a success. And that's how your subconscious works. So you're not always going to be aware exactly what your dream's trying to tell you if it's buried in your subconscious, because you're trying to avoid an issue. So you have to look around in your dream, notice your surroundings. That is going to be, again, your mindset according to the situation and the message coming through. Is it based on fact, something that's actual, a responsibility that you have to face up to, a court date coming up maybe, stuff like that that would cause some kind of anxiety? Is it based on fantasy? Is it something that is influenced by books you read or a fantastical kind of existence that you wish you could experience? Or is it based out of fear? Is it something that you're avoiding because you don't want to deal with it? All right, so the conditions of that dream, let's say you're on a beach. There's waves, there's the shore, you have the trees. Now look around again and notice the conditions of said setting of the beach. Is there a storm? Is it sunset? Is it morning? These are the first steps in recognizing what your dreams are trying to tell you and the messages coming through. Is looking around you, seeing what where you are and the circumstances. If you're in a house, what is the condition of the house? Is it ragged and run down? Is it fancy with lots of windows? Is it, tucked away in the woods? All these things are going to tell you about the situation at hand and what the dreams are trying to say. And then you can look a little bit deeper into the symbols inside the dream and the metaphor, and then you get the message. But the first thing you have to do, again, is notice. First of all, where am I? Am I in the first person? Am I in the second person? Am I observing myself in the dream, or am I in my body and experiencing what's occurring? So those are the three things you really want to look for: fact, fantasy, or fear. The surroundings and the conditions of those surroundings. That's all you need to notice right now. Details are going to be scarce because you're trying to take in so much. If you're like me, then you have very vivid dreams, and you're going to be left mostly with the impression of that dream when you wake up, more so than the details. Who was in it, what happened, what was said. But you do wake up with the feeling of whatever it is, excitement. I've woken up before just busting up laughing, and I had no idea. I could not remember for the life of me what was so funny. The last dream that I had was inside a humongous house that was lavish with a lot of floating staircases and open spaces and lots of windows, and it was just wonderful. And eventually I noticed that it was very empty, very quiet, and I ended up upstairs in a closet by myself, in a little tiny space, feeling more comfortable in that area. So to me, it told me about expansion in my mind, and the home represents all nurture, safety, security. And a lot of times the houses are not so lavish. This one was humongous, like a mansion on the beach style. The architecture was breathtaking. And at the end of the day, I was perfectly happy in my little box that I had been, accustomed to. So, it showed me that I was afraid of expansion and open spaces and what may be coming next, as far as exploration. So that was a fear-based dream, obviously. And I don't never ever want a huge house like that. So, no surprise there. But those are some examples. Look at your surroundings. Notice the conditions, okay? Those are going to be the bits and pieces of your dreams that you're going to be able to recall best at this stage. Okay? Good luck with that. And we'll see you next time. Sweet dreams. Love you. Bye.